Hello everyone and welcome to video 3 and Brian recorded as many videos as he could during the one free day on MidGo. So keeping with the Legacy theme, because I personally have just been focusing a lot more on Legacy than Modern when these were recorded, we have another deck that I am very close to putting together in paper. And this is a great way to test to see if I want to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this list, have a super quick deck tech, then go through 3 matches, not 5, only because I'm trying to get as many of these done while the cards are free, and then we'll have a wrap up and see what I think about it. So this is now called Orzhov Stoneblade. The line on taxes is getting real blurry, because when I play this in paper, or rather play it as I'm playing paper against someone who has it, I don't have this in paper yet, it's commonly referred to as taxes. If somebody saw me playing against something like this, they would call it taxes, because we still have Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and we still have Flickerwisp, and we still have Skyclave, and we still have Recruiter of the Card. We still have all of these cards that look like a taxes deck. But because there are Stoneforge Mystics, which are in every of these white 80-card Urian piles, and, you know, we have our equipment in Cauldron Complete, Batterskull, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's Lion Sash. It's starting to get called Stoneblade if it's not mono-white. But there's also a mono-white Stoneblade and Death and Taxes, so Legacy's a weird place, folks. So Death and Taxes in Legacy is actually a little bit stronger, a little bit more of a deck than Death and Taxes in Modern. So what we have here are Mother of Runes as opposed to Giver of Runes. They're just better. They can't protect against colorless, but they can protect themselves. So once this no longer has Summoning Sickness, it's just impossible to remove from the board with a single spell or creature. Swords to Plowshare, again, better than what you have in Modern. Gets rid of stuff and gives your opponent a little bit of life. You're really not worried about it when you're playing Legacy if you're giving your opponent life. For Thoughtseizes, that's some of the benefit of playing the Orzhov package, is you get Thoughtseize to disrupt your opponent. Aether Vial, a tried and true card of any taxes deck to cheat your creatures in on 1, 2, 3, and even 5 now, including Urian in the sideboard/companion zone. Stoneforge Mystics to make your clock go faster. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben to tax your opponent. Bowmasters, because they're in everything black at this point. And the thing about Bowmasters and taxes is it makes a little bit more sense than, say, the Ninjas deck we did last time. Because you are trying to tax your opponent, you're trying to stop your opponent from doing stuff, and having it be Bowmasters makes sense. An Extraction Specialist to pull something out of the bin and put it back on the field, because pretty much most of our creatures here that are 2 mana, or even 1 mana, we don't really care if they attack or not. Recruiter of the Card to get more creatures. Flickerwisps to reset stuff, also get our ETB a second time. Redo Recruiter, get more Flickerwisps, remove a token. They're Swiss Army knives, and I love them. Skyclave Apparition, just good removal, and you can flicker them, remove more stuff. They're great. Solitudes, again, just killer removal. Batterskulls and Cauldron Complete to go with the Stoneforge Mystics. Lands are weird because we need so many lands in such a big deck, so we're running 33. Nothing out of the ordinary. We have Caracases to stop our opponent's legendary creatures, also to save our Thalias. A Jano, because it's free, essentially, at this point. Scrublands and a Swamp, 4 Wastelands, and some fetches, and that's the main. In the sideboard, we have Deafening Silence to stop really combo-y decks, Storms specifically, but combo decks in general hate Deafening Silence. Council's Judgment can remove literally anything because you're not targeting, you're choosing. The Battle of Bywater, so you destroy all creatures and then generate food token for each creature you destroy. Oh no, you destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, so it doesn't get rid of all your stuff, but it is a good 1-ish sided ramp. Mindbreak Trap, again, stops combo. Surgical Extraction stops graveyard shenanigans. Opposition Agent stops things that are searching a ton. That's a lot of decks. Very Macabre, more graveyard. Leyline of the Void, more graveyard. We really don't interact with the graveyard a ton, so we need it in the sideboard. And because we have so many cards, you kind of have to make sure that you really get stuff in there if you need it. And finally, Urian Sky Nomad. When we have so many ETBs, getting a Urian is great because it allows it to do it all again. Now here's the thing. I've never played a Urian pile. And I've never played a Urian pile for a really dumb reason. For the longest time, I did not have a deck box that could fit all of the Urian cards to go in my backpack because I'm normally at work before I go to the in-paper games. Now, that's a very silly reason to never do it. That's honestly the reason why I haven't. But now, again, these cards are free for the day, So I figured let's try, because I am trying to put this together in paper, and it would be nice to see if it's something worth putting together, if it's something I like, if the play style is something I like. It doesn't have to necessarily be the best deck on the planet for me to enjoy playing it, but I do need to enjoy the play style. All right, so we're going to hop into 3 matches instead of 5, only because I'm trying to maximize my time with the free cards, and then we'll come back at the end and see how we did and what I think. Join me for some matches, won't you? Alrighty, and here we are at with Orzhov Stoneblade / Orzhov Death and Taxes. Your opponent, I have a Urian. This hand seems fine. That's something that a lot of Urian, or playing against a lot of Urian players, has really taught me, is there's so much redundancy in decks now that you really don't have to worry about it. We don't have any black source, but we have other things to do. Oh, is our opponent on burn? That's unfortunate. Well, they're down to 3 cards, so hopefully we can go get a Solitude quick enough. Actually, no, we just Stoneforge Mystic into Batterskull? Marsh Flats. Ooh. I don't think we want to deal ourselves 3, do we? We're going to learn together. We are going to learn together, dear viewers. All right. What can I take out of your hand? Light up the stage, I think. Oh, we win the... Opponent's done. They're out. They're done. That doesn't count. Let's try again. All right. This is actually game 1. Here's our Urian opponent. Please don't run away like the last guy did. Man, free day people are just throwing around their play points, I gotta say. It's land heavy, but I think that's fine. I think we turn 1, bought sees our opponent. So go get a scrub land. See what you're up to. They once, that seems out of order. Glacial Chasm. Oh, so we're playing lands. Oh no, we're not playing lands. We are playing Host. They don't have any colored sources, huh? Just take the Stirrings. That's their hand. Oh, they have a Jingotha too. That's good. The next turn we play Mother of Runes, we blow up their land. So here's Mother of Runes. And say goodbye to your land, opponent. And then we're just gonna slowly beat you to death. Maze of Ith. We care about Maze of Ith? Well, we drew another Wasteland, so you know what, opponent? No lands for you. However, I wish I had a bigger threat than a 1/1 Mother of Runes. Oh, they got nothing. That's great. All right, so now we start to try and, shall we say, optimize our plays here? Back with Mother of Runes. And then we get to flash in Orcish Bowmasters. I'm pretty sure they're going to scoop, though, if they don't find a land. Yep. All right, well, that worked perfectly. Against Karn stuff. I don't, maybe Opposition Agent, but that's about it. Because like Council's Judgment, then maybe that nips something. So if we can get rid of Lion Sash, because we really don't need that. I don't want at least 2 equipments in the deck though. We get rid of. Plowshares are great. Mothers are okay. We can get rid of some mothers. Get rid of some mothers and bring in Oppo Agent and Council's Judgment. We can actually put one back, can't we? Yeah, let's just put back a mother. I mean, that was our clock last game, technically. All right, let's try again. Here's my Urian again. Again, this hand seems fine. There's so much redundancy in this deck that it's like, oh, adding 20 cards should make it less optimized, but in reality, it's pretty fine. I have Ugin, Elfish Reclaimer. Okay, so we even have a target for our turn 1 swords. Would you look at that? Just play the plains, I suppose. Just get rid of this thing now. I don't know if it's Thalia or Stoneforge Mystic next turn. We'll have to see what they do. Another Elfish Reclaimer. Okay, Cloud Post. Sure. I think the answer is Stoneforge Mystic. I think. Crack Vista. Go get a Plains. Stoneforge. Go get Cauldra and try and set up a clock, I reckon. I mean, our opponent's going to start going fast, but I don't think they draw cards where Bowmaster would have taken out Reclaimer. I almost feel like this deck wants a single Ancient Tomb. I know when I used to play Mono White Taxes, pre-Urian, all the way back in like 2018, 2017, I used to have a single Ancient Tomb, and it used to feel quite good to have, because like, for example, I would have been able to like Thalia and Orcish Bowmaster at the same time. Obviously, you don't want to really have more than one, only because like you are pretty pip intensive. Oh no. Well, turns out our swords should have been spent on something else. Well then. Solitude. Oh, okay, that solves the problem. Isn't it great when you're never punished, guys? They are going to gain 1,000,000 life, though. I mean, that would have happened even if we had the swords, so. This is going to be a slow game. Or we'll lose and it'll be a fast game. These are both options. Here comes Darky. Actually, no, it might not be Dark. Oh, no, it is Dark Depths. Okay, because they must have a land in hand to then, yeah, activate the Thespian stage. All right, we'll go get, I guess that's the Swamp. We don't really need our non-basics at this point. Oppo Agent. Might be useful later, but for right now, I think we just attack with the Phyrexian Germ token, and we take out their Merit Lodge using the Thalia and the Solitude. All right, here comes Dark Depths, and, oh, I would have thought I would have had time to do something about that, but I guess whatever they put on the stack, I can just Solitude. See? I guess it's because I didn't have a stop on my end step. Because in paper, I would have gotten priority again. I could have done this on their end step. So now if they have any sort of protection spell, we kind of womboed ourselves again. All right, buddy, you get to gain 20. There goes my Solitude. And then when they go to Elfish Reclaimer, we Oppo Agent. You just want to attack him, just go, okay. I see no reason to do anything, because I don't want them to Elfish Reclaimer right now, right? Go to combat. I mean, if they're just going to sit here and do nothing, I can also sit here and do nothing. I have a threat on board, opponent. Crop Rotation, that's... Unfortunately, they're going to be able to do it with Elfish Reclaimer now, but at least I get to get one thing. What are they getting is the question. Cloud Post, okay. We get to steal something. Tabernacle of Pendrelvare, Cabin of Souls, Cloud Post, Glimmer Post, Vesuva. And so now they're off of the Dark Depths combo. They don't have another one, unless it's in their hand. They don't. Oh, no. Why do I get to look at their hand? Oh, because I get to control them totally. How do they Golos? How do they get the colors for it? I don't know why they bother. I'll just take Tabernacle because I don't want them to play it, I guess. I mean, they can still just post off is the thing, but they're going to have to do that. Well, they do have 6 turns, actually. Maze of Ith. That's not great. Ajano. I can kill that thing. So, go to combat. They block Oppo Agent. Yep, that's sure you can Maze of Ith that. Then we Ajano. All right, we poke them for 1. We got rid of their Reclaimer, so you don't have a blocker anymore. And, like, we start... I guess we just Recruiter, get a Flicker Wisp, and just try and make a board super quick. Thespian Stage. That's unfortunate. Really do need to find some wastelands. Scrubland, because more mana than we know what to do with here at this point. Aether Vial. So we go to combat. They don't have any big thing. Yeah. Our clock is super slow though. So we Recruiter of the Guard. Just go get a nothing here about. So we just go get a Flicker Wisp and we cast the Aether. And then we just start flickering the Recruiter of the Guard, pulling all of our Flicker Wisps out of the deck to try and beat our opponent to death. Make another Maze of Ith. Oh no, they make a Cloud Post. That's actually scary. So now they have 7 mana. That's not, I don't want to see 7 mana. Can you imagine these being in standard? It's been wild. I wasn't playing during that time. Right around when like they were, I heard they changed the borders to Magic cards, but I was in high school at the time and I really did not care about Magic at that point in my life. Oh, only knew about Golos. They can go get any land they want, but they don't have the Dark Depth combo a second time. So they're probably just going to get another Cloud Post. But I didn't see any way for them to make Wooburg. I have Ugin, but I have Ugin was in their hand. It was in their hand. What? Interesting. Magic Vista, more mana. Give me more mana. So then Flicker Wisp, targeting Recruiter of the Guard. Then we put down a Thalia. We don't do anything this turn, unfortunately, but I feel like setting up the Flicker Wisps is better than Maze of Ithing them and attacking them for 1 turn. Because now we're going to get a Flicker Wisp every turn. That's the problem with a deck like this. It's not fast. And part of playing Magic at a semi-competitive rate is doing it at a speed where you can close out the game quickly. I feel like at this point they have so many haymakers though that I don't know if Arn the Great Creator. Oof, that's going to go get something mean, isn't it? What is that going to go get? I mean, even just an Ensnaring Bridge would be annoying. Then again, we could just Flicker Wisp, Recruiter of the Guard, go get Lauren. All right, what do you get, opponent? It could just be Liquid Metal Coating, because I get to play that right now. The One Ring. Well, you can't cast that this turn. We do have Orcish Bowmasters, so that will help in the long run. Pick this up, even though the Karn's kind of stopping us at the moment. Stoneforge Mystic. No, I think it is... I think it is Flicker Wisp and Orcish Bowmasters is our kind of go for here. Let's kill the Karn. Not even bothering to block. There goes Karn, which actually unlocks our Aether Vial now, which is keep recruiting for... We have 1 more Flicker Wisp, so hey. 3-1 flyers, my friend. They do work. Yes, I would love to get another last one. All right. So we have a whole bunch we're going to do now. They're going to One Ring. They get protected for 1 turn. 7. Ooh, I don't like this. Oh, it's just to cast the One Ring. Sure. We'll get this down now. Here's our Bowmaster. Now, they do have protection, so we're just going to have to throw it at Golos, but, I mean, it's not like we have to take out one of our own creatures here. Pithing Needle. Well, we do something about that. Real quick. Stoneforge Mystic. And I have 5 mana, so you can absolutely name Stoneforge Mystic if you want. Because if you don't name Pithing Needle or Aether Vial, then Flicker Wisp is going to come down. And if you do name Stoneforge Mystic, it's just going to come down cheaper. Aether Vial, okay. So they have chosen not to let us flash in anything else. Aether Vial, might as well take it up. We could do something about Pithing Needle at some point. Raucous, no reason to attack. They have the One Ring. going on at the moment. They have the protection from everything. So we do just get to Flicker Wisp, targeting Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter of the Guard comes back, and we get to probably just get a Solitude. Because if they get a big Eldrazi, we want to, you know, make that go away. Yeah, they literally just think it's Solitude is the answer here, because they can draw as many as they want with the One Ring. I don't think it's going to get them out of this, so long as we keep answers in hand. Because next turn, we get to really whomp them. Draw 2, they take 2. I mean, all the drawing of all the extra cards does worry me a bit, but the fact that they already have the mana to get down an Eldrazi meant I didn't want to go get the Skyclave Apparition to eat the One Ring, because I think we're a little beyond that. I finally found a green mana. Put Jingatha to hand. They're just playing Jingatha? Sure. That is not what I'm worried about. All right. Yeah. Unfortunate Mystic. Oops. Need to make a white mana, don't I? Keep it at 3 for now. Arid Mesa. So we have a ton of mana. So if I go 5 mana, put this on a Flicker Wisp. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think we need to keep the Solitude up for now. Actually, no. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I still actually don't get to put Yuri into hand. So we'll put Yuri into hand this turn and try and fade for half a second. But we will swing with a whole bunch now and see what they do. Because, you know, they get rid of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's not 20. So we can just go slow. It's ka-chunk. Yep. We're dealing them 9 a turn. Next turn, we just get to swing out. So I'm going to leave the Solitude in my hand. We also have Karakas. So if whatever they do is legendary, we can put stuff back to their hand. Like, we can put Jingatha back to their hand this turn. I don't want to put Golos back into their hand unless it's their end step. Hey, you get to draw cards, and I get to deal you damage. I mean, if they draw another One Ring, that's kind of annoying. I suppose multiple One Rings would really slow us down a touch here. This is game 1, isn't it? Oh, no, it's game 2. Game 1, we wastelanded them out of the game. They must have another one. Ancient Stirrings. Birthing Boss. Still trying to find a One Ring. Otherwise, we just fly over in the air. If they found the One Ring, I feel like they would have just slammed it. Otherwise, I think we take it. Just a Cloud Post. Okay. Enters tapped. You have a One Ring opponent. Doesn't look like it. Now, admittedly, they still have 6 mana. Oh, no, they have more than 6. They can... Oh, boy. Actually, if they have Ugin, that is the worst. Ugin would absolutely just dunk on us right now. Because just -3 and all of our stuff gets exiled. We win the match! All right. That is 1-0. We're not counting that burn match. And let's go to game 2. All right. We win a die roll. My Urian opponent. Behold my pile. This seems fine. If we find some more lands, this suddenly turns great. Otherwise, it still does stuff. Turn 1, turn 1 Swamp, I reckon, because we want to draw more lands, so we want to do that. And then next turn, we get to get Thalia down, and then Once Upon a Time. Is this the same guy? No, it's not the same guy. I checked, but he revealed whatever. Fascinating. Okay. We have next opponent. Cloud Post. So it's a different guy, but it's the same deck. Is this what we're at right now, guys? We're playing against the same deck, but it's a different guy. All right, I guess. Get just a plains. Here's my Thalia. The other guy's name is Bovine. This guy's name is Spillane. And we get to do the same song and dance. Tabernacle. That's the one thing you don't want to see. Okay, the one. Another Thalia. Okay, we are... Remember how last game I stole the Tabernacle because I didn't want to see it? Is Tabernacle that expensive? Is that why on free day everyone wants to play this? This guy's having a much better start than the other guy. More opponent. Thalia. Oh no, Green Sun Zenith just for the Dryad Arbor. We'll make that go away. We don't want them ramped too hard. Actually, I think they just got us because they would have to pay 1 for that. Either way, please draw land deck. Need it so bad. Tap this for the 1 in case we draw Thoughtseize. Mother of Runes. Well, Brian, we've learned something today. If we find the wasteland, we get out from under this. Otherwise, this is going to be a little brutal. Thespian Stage, so they're getting real close. Oh, I guess I give it black. Watch me draw Thoughtseize now. Batterskull. Well... like I could do anything with that anyway. I am just going to play the Mother of Runes out and try and speed up my clock here a bit. Thespian Stage, yeah, get more mana. Seems correct. And the Natural Tabernacle's tough. Because it's not like they had to go search for it. No one plays more than 1 Tabernacle. Oh no, they gain 3? That bought them an entire turn. More for ring, buddy. Yep, there it is. What? Prime Evil Titan. That's rough, because it has trample. So we need to find another Solitude. I'm going to pay for both. I don't think we're going to draw a land here. Recruiter of the Guard. Okay, so even if we weren't under this Tabernacle, we wouldn't have actually done a ton anyway. And I think once this prime time gets 1 attack in, it's fair to scoop, because they're just going to get everything they want. And like, I don't see us coming back from this. Go up to 23. So yeah, they just go get more Cloud Post, right? They attack for 6. I say we just take it. If they go get the Merit Lage combo and we don't draw Solitude, I think we can just scoop. Actually, factually, I suppose what we're actually supposed to do here is block with the 2 things, save the Thalia, save ourselves 2 damage, and then Extraction Specialist the Solitude out of the bin, huh? I think that's what we're actually supposed to block here. Now, this does mean we need to draw a land. Green, we take 3. We have to let Thalia go. Mother of Runes. Okay, we can safely scoop here. Not draw, you're getting mana screwed, especially when your opponent's drawn so much. All right, so against this, the Council's Judgment seems good. Oppo Ancient seems great. Battle for Bywar. I don't know about that. What seems bad is the question. I mean, everything seems bad when, when you don't draw lands. Lion Sash, and I guess a single Mother of Runes. Bringing our 2 guys this way, and cross our fingers, hope we do better on game 2. Alrighty, here's my Urian again. Sure. We have the Stoneforge Mystic to try and go fast. If they just have Tabernacle again, there's nothing we can do. I don't think we can keep searching until we find Wastelands. We have 80 cards. But honestly, this is fine to show off how, you know, it goes both ways. So, there's Plains, Other Runes. Next turn, we get down Stoneforge Mystic and try and start mashing in. Once Upon a... Oh, no, they don't have Once Upon a Time. Well, they might have it now. They might have drawn it. Tabernacle! They mold to Tabernacle! You monster. How many Tabernacles does this guy have? I always thought it was just 1 in every deck, but... Oh, no, we gotta get rid of Mother of Runes. We're giving up on it. This is rough. I mean, at least we have mana now, so we can kind of play around with this. This is... Tabernacle is what you don't want to see as taxes, especially if you're playing a Urian pile where you can't just easily grab the Wasteland to put it away. All right, Expo map, sure. But I think we do pay for Stoneforge Mystic because we have more mana in hand. Another Prismatic Vista. Well, let's even keep spinning. Go to Plains, activate Cauldron Complete. Ooh, no, we're not activating Cauldron Complete. We're activating the Stoneforge, allowing that to put the Cauldron Complete into play. So now our opponent has 3 more turns after this because once Cauldron comes down, it's kind of impossible to... And we can give up on the Stoneforge Mystic now and not pay that, and maybe even draw into something neat. Because we're going to spend 1 mana on the Germ token, and then pretty much give up on everything else. Cloud Post, okay, so he's going to take a minute. Oh, does he have a... What? Dismember. Rough. Well, now we can keep the Stoneforge Mystic around. Get a Plains. Like to stop drawing lands now, deck, if at all possible. Plain old Plains into a plain old Thalia. Slow down a minute, would you please swing with Stoneforge Mystic? I mean, we have 6 mana, including what's in our hand. So if we draw more, I mean, it's not entirely impossible that we put Cauldron Complete on something else. Actually, no, we would need 8 mana. If we find a Flickerwisp, that would actually be amazing, too. Like, Wasteland would be cool. Vesuv, rough. Now, like, Cloud Post into Mazavith? That's what I would do. I guess they don't have to do it right now. All right, we pay to feed both our creatures. We draw more lands! All the lands. Put Thalia back in our hand, sure. Sure thing, buddy. We'll put it right back out after the attack. Actually, do we just get Urian to hand? I think that might just be smarter. Now, if they needed the Thalia tax gone, that got us. Otherwise, coming down with Urian next turn, we get to flicker both the Stoneforge Mystic and the Cauldron. Another Cloud Post, right? You already have the Tabernacle. Glimmer Post to gain life. We gotta gain 3, which is fine. Yep, gain life. If we can find Wasteland, that'll be best. Things that make you go bug. We can even still pay for this Stoneforge Mystic because we have so much land in hand. Solitude. That might be cool later, but for right now, go to attacks. Attack with Stoneforge. Cast Urian. Flicker both our things. And here's why you play the Urian pile, because now we've done it ourselves. Expo map for what? Yavi Maya. Need more green mana. You get Batter Skull. Card advantage for card advantage sake. And now we have a Cauldron Complete token. They can bounce the Urian back to our hand, which honestly is fine, because then we just get to keep flickering stuff. Also, it just gives us another thing to pitch for Solitude. Oh, Drop Rotation. What we can do about that? Mazavith time, finally? Glacial Chasm. Nothing I can do about that. They sacrifice the Tabernacle. Fascinating. So we play out our guy. We play out a Thalia. We just hang for it, right? Need to do anything else. Could really use a Wasteland right about now. I see them paying 2 life here and trying to, yeah. They must be using that to set up for another turn. Vesuva into Cloud Post or Glimmer Post? Probably Cloud Post. Cloud Post. We don't get to deal him damage again next turn. Stone Batter Skull into play. We still can't do that. We don't actually have another equipment to go get. Because otherwise we would bounce Urian to our hand to play it again. Mother of Runes. Well, we also can Solitude stuff, so we'll see what they get up to. They take 4 this next go around. All right, so they have to give up on it next turn unless they can flicker it somehow. Never mind. They don't have to do anything. Brian is a big liar. No reason to Urian again. There's no value. Another Stoneforge Mystic. I guess there's no reason to play that out. Because like if they do something that kills all of our creatures, there's no reason to have that Stoneforge out. It doesn't do anything. We have them dead to rights the moment we can deal with that Glacial Chasm. Like if we draw a Wasteland or anything, we get them pretty hard. Now they take 6, eh? Yeah, they go to 4. You have another Glimmer Post opponent. Or a Thespian Stage. They do have another Glimmer Post. All right, they go to 10. Oh boy, we need a Wasteland. We need a or a Flicker Wisp. A Flicker Wisp that would take Glacial Chasm is another thing that would work. We just need anything that can get rid of that land. Recruiter of the Guard. Well, that'll do. So Recruiter of the Guard. Go gets Flicker Wisp. Then Flicker Wisp. Picks up Glacial Chasm. Now, if they have like a Fog effect or something, bravo. But I don't know this deck to play anything like that. What you got, opponent? Leave the term is Rar. Let's leave Mother of Ruins back just in case. I think giving up on the Tabernacle was very incorrect for our opponent, but I guess they know the deck better than me. Oh, it's literally Fog. Man, what is Drop Rotation? Do they have another thing? They have another Glacial Chasm. Do they have 2 in the deck? Azavith doesn't do it. We're dealing too much damage. I always thought they only had 1 Glacial Chasm. I always thought they had 1 Tabernacle. I mean, it only gets us to game 3 anyway. Hey, we get there. All right. I think this is just a run it back scenario. I really do. I don't think there's anything else we want to do here. No, I think this is fine. Let's try again. All right, there's my Urian opponent. It won me a game. I mean, it has a Wasteland, but I don't think a 5-lander is where we want to be. This is better. Give up on maybe even Bowmasters? It's either Bowmaster or Skyclave, and I think it's Skyclave. Mostly because we don't have a second white pip. Yep, you can Once Upon a Time opponent. That is a very good card that's banned in Modern for very good reasons. God, can you imagine now, especially with Tron and Modern doing so well because of the One Ring? Glimmer Post, sure, you want to gain a life? Nope, you do not. I don't think we need to Wasteland our opponent right away. I think we can Thoughtseize, because the Wasteland is going to be more targeted than just basic mana denial. Just Drop Rotation. I have a whole bunch of Glimmer Posts. I mean, next turn we're just going to take out their Cloud Post. Like, I'm glad we got rid of the Crop Rotation. Forest. They drew a Reclaimer. I don't think that does. At least not yet. We drew a Plains, but I think we get rid of their Cloud Post for now and just slow them down a bit. The next turn they can spend like a whole turn Claimering, and we spend a turn getting Bowmaster down. Yeah. Now I assume they just pass. All right, so we're done with lands, so I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to pass. They Elfish Reclaimer, they go get Thespian Stage. Now, if they find another Cloud Post, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's already their turn. They didn't blow up a land. Fascinating. Sage you. Sure. You attack. Opponent knows better. Go get a Plains, and we'll go Bowmaster and Kapow. What do they have? Oh, Dismember. Sure. I didn't think the Bowmaster was that much of a problem. The Tower, we won't show that off yet. So we'll do Plains, and we'll Recruiter for a Flicker Wisp, I reckon. Flicker Wisp. Cool. That will come down next turn, and we have both Wasteland and Caracas if they do weird stuff. Yeah, they're doing weird stuff now, but they can't attack with Merit Lage next turn, if that's what they're doing. They have a Dark Depths in hand, so they go get Thespian Stage. Yeah, that's fine. They play Cloud Post. They play the One Ring. Okay, cool. So we spend a turn kind of setting up, playing out the White Tower. Or do we just blow up their Thespian Stage? No, I guess we keep that for other stuff. So we just play out the White Tower, and then we cast Flicker Wisp. They're going to get to draw a lot of cards, but I'm hoping we kind of get to keep up a little. When it draws a card, we have no Bowmaster to punish them. Now, there's an argument here to go get another Bowmaster. But A, that stops our ability to do stuff like this. And B, it's not going to come down till next turn anyway. And then we're kind of out of things to do. So I'm going to just get another Flicker Wisp and just try and get them in the air. Now, next turn, if they go get Prime Time, when we do it, we'll leave Loran in hand and we'll go get a Solitude. Now, they do have Elfish Reclaimer, so they can always go get the Glacial Chasm, and they can always go get the Tabernacle as well. Another White Tower. Let's play out Valley, or the Wasteland, that is. We'll go swinging, because their Dark Depths really doesn't do anything, so long as we have the White Tower, or Caracas, that is. This is what happens on free day. They give me cards that don't look like the ones I normally play. Go get Recruiter. What are they turning into? Dismembering the Recruiter of the Guard. Sure. We still have 2 Flicker Wisps, though. They need something that's not the Dark Depths to Once Upon a Time. Another Forest. This is the problem now. They're going to draw so many cards. They have to be able to draw away out. Played a Cloud Post. Fascinating that they played a... I guess they Elfish Reclaimer and go get a Glimmer Post is how they're going to do this. Find a Plains. That's good. Land is never frowned upon. I put a stop on my own end step just in case they do weird stuff. So they get Glimmer Post. Oh no, they get Glacial Chasm. Goodbye? That probably didn't work the way you thought it would. Did we steal this? I think we stole this. I think what happens now is they sacrifice a land. They go to 1. The 1 ring gets them. I guess they could Elfish Reclaimer on upkeep, actually. Yeah, I think that's what they have to do. They Elfish Reclaimer on upkeep. Oh no, they decided they wanted to die instead. All right, that's 2 and 0, technically 3 and 0. Let's do one more, shall we? All right, we win a die roll. Play some Urian. Yeah, this seems fine. We have our 2 colors, turn 1 Vial into turn 2 Orcish Bowmaster or Thalia, depending on how we see things going. That also means we get to get the Mother of Runes down next turn as well, so everything is coming up Millhouse. Is it lands again? So, 3 games, 3 awful matchups for taxes. Ooh, boy, is that unfortunate. Yeah, keep going, buddy. I got nothing for you right now. Oh, wow. Owie zowie. Sylvan, oh my god. Opponent is just in the stratosphere right now. Man, we have so many decisions to make. I suppose we just hold up Bowmasters, is what I suppose we do. I swear, if they have Punishing Fire, that's going to be so sad. Howie, do you still wish to Sylvan Library? They do. No fear out of the opponent. This outside of Elves might be the worst matchup for taxes. It's rough, I have to say. Punishing Fire? What? Yeah, Punishing Fire is a 2-drop. I always thought it was. Okay, well, they get our guy. We do get to make our Bowmaster out of punishing range, though. You cannot punish us anymore, opponent. And Thespian Stages, though. Put in the Mother. Take this up to 2. I do think we Thoughtseize. What do you have in your hand, opponent? Reveal your secret. Loam! I'm helping! Oh my god, that's awful. How do I do these things? All right, I do think we just put Thalia out now. What do I gotta go get with Urza's Saga? Just a Pithing Needle named Mother of Runes? Why is a Pithing Needle? Oh, because they... Well, they put the Pithing Needle in the bin, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, because they loamed. They're going to make a guy, is the question. Because if they spend most of their turn making a guy, that's actually fun. They don't. They didn't even float a mana. Are you bouncing? No. I mean, our Mother of Rune dies now, but... Oh, wait, that's colorless. Brian, you fool. Well, now we lose everything. Now we just absolutely lose everything. That was the worst play I could have made. This is colorless, not blue. All right. Huh. Somehow I got away with that. Thalia protecting itself. So their hand is Life from the Loam and Punishing Fire. Lion Sayish. That comes out, I guess. Next turn, we can start eating stuff. That's actually quite good. We want to eat their 2 spells. We get to protect 1 creature, although if they find a second Punishing Fire, then they just get to choose something to kill. They put the 2 cards back. That big thing's annoying. What's up again? Another Thalia. Okay, well, that's not the worst then. Back with our 2 creatures. Huh. Kind of surprised, but not that surprised. If they don't make that... No, they're going to make that. I was about to say, if they don't make the Dark Depths token, we can actually, like, Solly. All right, now I have priority. You gain 20 life, opponent. How lucky are you? And take that Dark Depths if you'd be so kind. Don't want you loaming it. Guess I can just loam the Saga, though. Fallen's Tomb. Yep, that is a good card to have. Punishing Fire, targeting what, though? All right, we'll protect that. And we win! How did that work? All right, Lines of the Void. Surgicals. I'm going to say even Opposition Agents. What do we take out? Thoughtseizes were actively a trap, I think. And we fell for it. 2 more cards, hey. This is actually hard now. Maybe 1 Aether Vial and 1 more random thing. Maybe even a Stoneforge Mystic. Maybe a Bowmaster. Maybe Thalia because it's legendary. Yeah, that's a reason to do that, right, guys? All right, here we go again. Here's Urian again. Wasteland is good. Thalia's okay. Skyclave's okay. The tower is good. Batterskull's really the only whiff here. I say we try. Right into what? Exploration. Well, we have a Skyclave apparition, but that's a couple turns away before it happens, is the thing. Yep, keep doing what you do. That voodoo that you do so well. Now, there's a other popular version of this deck that's Mardu, that's literally Mardu just for Magus of the Moon. Would be nice right about now. Crop Rotation. We just go into Wombo Town. Fallen's Tomb. Fallen's Tomb into what? Sphere of Resistance. Okay, well, opponent, you sure have. Leyline of the Void, late to the party. Rough. All right, Prismatic Vista. See what we want to do about this. Urza Saga. I think that's how you get us. I mean, I guess we can wasteland that. We're going so slow anyway. In fact, they only have one card in hand, so I think that's actually correct to do. Oh, Sylvan Library. Okay, well, I suppose we want to play to our outs here. Plains. And playing to our outs is just getting rid of this stupid. They don't have any way to get it back yet. That's the important part, yet. That Sphere of Resistance, on the other hand, is brutal. So here we go. Please just take 8. Okay, they took 4. Oh no, they took 8. Okay, that's good and bad. It's good because they're lowering their life total. It's bad because now they have 3 cards in hand instead of 1. And we are only drawing 1 card a turn. They put Kahira to hand. You know, they put Kahira to hand. Really, is that it? Another Prismatic Vista. So play Prismatic Vista, go get a Swamp. I mean, Kahira is just going to get Solituded. Run out Mother of Runes. We can't Solitude at instant speed because of Sphere of Resistance. So we'll have to do it on our turn, I reckon. But once we get rid of it, it really doesn't do much. There's a Saga's rough, though. I don't know how we get around that. Punishing Fire. Yep, owie. We are just getting taken to town today. Another Prismatic Vista. Not yet. Here's Thalia. Again, they're going to have 2 Urza Saga's tokens that are going to be of relative size. Punishing Fire us, sure. Urza Saga on 2 is unfortunate. They didn't keep anything from Sylvan. Ooh, no, not the Wasteland. We knew they had it, but we hadn't seen it in so long. Especially with Sphere of Resistance flying around. It looks like they're punishing the Thalia. Yep. Boy, I wish I had some way of dealing direct damage in this deck. Yep, there goes our land. That is unfortunate. Our opponent, though, didn't make a construct token. So that happened. I guess we continue just to cross our fingers and hope we keep drawing lands? An Orcish Bowmaster would also be great right now. Then again, if they know how the stack works, they could just get the Orcish Bowmaster before they Sylvan Library. So more lands or an Orcish Bowmaster would be great right about now. Boy, I wish that Leyline of the Void was in our opening hand. I hate when it's the first card you draw, but I think that is a universal feeling that is not unique to me. Oh boy. All right, our turn, and we draw a Marsh Flat. We do keep drawing lands, which is nice. We have the ability to Solitude still, but that would put them at 1,000,000 life, so we're hoping that is not plan A. If Skyclave Apparition is still in our hand next turn, I suppose we can just take out the Sylvan Library, which is helping them really dig. But that also then gives them a 2/2 because they'll just punishing fire the Skyclave Apparition, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Also, if we don't have another white card, it might not be worth it. What are you gonna go get, too, is the question. You can get like a diamond if you have a land in hand. You can get Pithing Needle if you think you can name something that's of note. A Spell Bomb. Oh, okay. That'll also work, I suppose. Prop rotation? Oh, it's just Kahira. I think that can actually just hang out for a little bit. I think that actually matters. Because we're worried about Dark Depths. We really don't care about Kahira. I don't. A Wasteland, hey. Take out Dark Depths, maybe? Or rather, to take out Grove of the Burnwell, is correct. All right, so now they don't have a way of getting Punishing Fire back. So now next turn, the Skyclave Apparition feels a little stronger. I have a Thespian Stage, but that isn't as game-ending as they think. It does give them 20 life, though, which lets them do a whole lot more, which is fortunate. Orcish Bowmasters, okay, well, gives us something to do, I guess. Here's Dark Depthsy Boy. We're not going to snap it off yet. We're going to wait for their draw step here. Plains. Now we can still do both, but now they can't Sylvan Library, which is nice. Punishing Fire into Sylvan. We knew about that. They just got to bounce it, really. All right, well now we snap this. Actually, no, we wait until they draw. We don't want them to be able to put anything into their hand. All right, we get rid of 1 Merit Lage, but then they get to go all the way to 21, which I have to admit is rough. Now that that's reset. Oh boy. Another Thespian Stage already, you say? Punishing Fire, the Orc Army token. There's really no reason not to. The Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, I think we do. Buy Sylvan Library. They've lost their draws now, which is nice. Soul Guide Lantern, sure thing. Watch us find the Extraction Specialist now. I guess we still have a Thalia in there. Not attacking. That's what we like to see. A Thalia. I don't think that's where we're at. We're just going to pass. Orcish Bowmasters are at instant speed, so that's fine. If we find one more swamp, though, we are just going to play Leyline of the Void. Sure. You can get a 2/2. Downgrade their threat. That's not a black source. That is not a black source. However, we do have a Thalia now. Their illusion token is not as scary as it once was. We were just getting under 60 cards. What is this now? Whatever it is, they don't want to do it yet. Another Orcish Bowmaster, hey? That's even worth it. Then we can start kind of chipping in. Back with our things. Again, we're trying to go fast because eventually they're just going to wombo us. Put them to 11. Or not. Kozilek's Return. Well then. Pop Thalia back to my hand. Nothing to do now. Another Sphere of Resistance. Take that, game state. Vajano, Seat of the Empire. I think I do play it as a land. What are you finding this far, opponent? Nothing. Cool. Scrubland. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can we even cast that now? Because we don't want to give up on Caracas is the thing. If we can cast it, we'll cast it. No, we can't because of Thalia. All right, we won't do that yet because we wanna keep up the old Caracas. Caracas turning into a copy of Caracas. Oh, they're gonna bounce our thing. If all they do is bounce Thalia, that's fine. Oh no, that's not good. That's really bad. Woof. So I guess we bait them into returning our Thalia Force. Swords to Plowshare. That'll be later. So they bounced our Thalia Force. I think we have to take a hit, and we'll play out Leyline of the Void just to stop shenanigans. And then next turn we'll play the Batterskull. Yep, hit me for 2. That's fine. At least now you're not going to keep repeating stuff on me. Scrubland, Batterskull. Now we at least have the Batterskull that we keep playing. Guess I would Thespian Stage the Field of the Dead then play a land. They had Tabernacle. That's annoying. Pithing Needle, naming Batterskull. Yep, that seems correct. And mana. Ether Vial. Later. First things first, though. Swing with this. Block, and then but before damage, I get one of these. Pay 2. Now you have to really hold up if you want to get enough. Suppose they can just do it that way. They have red, actually. No, they don't. Well, that worked. It's Vial. Thespian Stage to turn into a Field of the Dead. That's fine. They must have a land now. No, they don't. Fascinating. More lands. All right. Here comes the Phyrexian Germ token. You get to Punishing Fire one more time, opponent. Ugh, that's not good. I just realized I have a Urian, so I'm bad at Magic. Jeez, Brian. Red is like you drew something that might need to be played, too. All right, and we pass. All right. Thespian Stage making Taiga. Okay. Making 2 zombies. Put down the Bowmaster. Our opponent to 4. It's got to be really close. What's up? We need to keep everything, unfortunately. If we draw like a Flicker Wisp or something, we can get him pretty hard, but Flare of Runes, I don't know if that does it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can't cast that, but we need our creatures for now. We attack with everything. They have to kill. I guess they kill the Bowmaster, but that's honestly kind of fine. Because if they choose to kill the Phyrexian Germ token, it just comes back on a turn. Okay, this is acceptable, opponent. Punishing Fire? Yeah, that's fine. It's exiled now, though. All right, and now we cast Mother of Runes. The question is next turn, do they get 2 zombies or not? They do. I mean, I can give Orcish Bowmasters protection from black is the thing, but they have the Shadow Spear and they're going to start gaining life is the hard part. Seems they saw that play. They had another Punishing Fire. That's not good. We're going to leave this at 3 and hope we draw a 3-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we can. Great. Keep our Orc token. Drew a Plains. Then, yeah, we're in the Sky Nomad. Pick up the Batterskull. Now we have the Batterskull back, so if they attack with their thing, it doesn't really do anything. We're also at the point in the game where the chess clock is part of Mintgo, and they are running out of time. They keep their 2 guys. They can Caracas my Urian if they absolutely want to. I don't think they can win 2 games in the amount of time they have left. No, leave that at 3. Hope we find a 3-drop. We will pay for all of these. Mother of Runes. At the end of turn, I'll just bounce Urian back to my hand, I reckon. Actually, does that do anything? I would bounce it back to my hand if I could get value somehow, but I'm just beginning to realize there's no value to be had. Get all my things here. Still trying to find that. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, well, that'll help. I realize Cauldron Complete loses Indestructible and all that, but just another creature. Still a 5/5 as well. I don't think their zombies are going to get there. Oh, Tabernacle. Surgical Extraction. That's interesting. We just get their Dark Depths then. Later. Stoneforge Mystic. Ew. So now I guess we just go swinging. See how they block. That's all fine. We give York Army pro black. He's of Ith that. Sure. We still have Urian. They forget about Urian? I think that would have gotten them. I think after a long fought game, we got him. Crop rotation. Gotta give the guy credit. Gotta give the guy credit. Oh, that's how they're doing it with Caracas, yeah. What do they crop rotate? Are they Caracas, maybe? Oh, no, they didn't crop rotate yet. Brian. Oh, just a wasteland. Just a wasteland. Black. They're blowing up our Caracas. What do I do about that? This is my turn. Well, they can't. This doesn't produce any mana, does it? So they can't actually do it this turn. And there's nothing legendary I want to return to hand, so that just dies. Cool. Things happen. Nothing I want to do. Nothing. I mean, I guess I stop on their draw step. I surgical them. Rid of the Urza Sagas, I suppose. Oh, Urza Saga, Powie, and pay 2. Rid of the 2 in their bin. They really don't have anything in hand. They got a minute to try and kill me. They only keep 2 zombies. They have to win in 45 seconds. I don't think they get there. Oh, I forgot about him. I guess we still have Urian. We still get to bounce it, though. I don't think they can win in 20 seconds, though. Because they still got to win one more game, right? Right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Won that last one on the chess clock. All right, so that last one was a bit of a slog, but we went up against 3 bad matchups and came down with 3 Ws. This deck is good. This deck is pretty much established in the meta, and if you want to play essentially Legacy, this is where you can go once you get the Death and Taxes deck. The Death and Taxes deck is actually, the mono white one has 0 reserve list cards, and that's some of the attraction of it. Whereas this one has 4 scrub lands. So suddenly now you have to buy those big expensive dual lands, but if you started Legacy with Death and Taxes, and you want to branch out, but you don't want to have to buy completely other decks, and you like the Death and Taxes play style, then absolutely put this together. It's a lot of fun, and it is quite strong, and in fact, if you know what you're doing, and I don't count myself at that, you can beat matchups that are awful. Because that last one was absolutely an awful matchup, and we did fine. We went 3-0. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this latest edition of Brian Does Decks Quick. If you have a list you want me to go ahead and give a try, email me at heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. That's heydummyplaythis@gmail.com. I try and play everything that I can get my hands on. Obviously, these past few videos have been exceptions to the rule because they were free weekend, or free day, free 24 hours, really. So let's go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time. Later.